More videos filmed by Ukrainian reconnaissance drones confirm that the Russian army regularly deals with its own wounded soldiers right on the battlefield. These images are not isolated incidents, but a systematic practice caused by the lack of evacuation and an unspoken order. Do not retreat. The German publication Bild writes about this. One of the recent videos shows a wounded soldier of the Russian armed forces lying in a trench. He still shows signs of life. He moves his arms and his head. Another soldier approaches him, quickly examines him, and then smashes his skull with 3 blows of a rifle butt. Then he calmly steps over the body and continues on. And this is not the first case. In June 2024, a similar recording was published. After a Ukrainian kamikaze drone strike, one of the 3 Russians was seriously wounded. His comrade did not offer assistance. He simply shot him in the head and ran on. In other similar videos, dated October 2024 and March 2025, Russian soldiers shot at their own, at those who were wounded but still able to move. According to the military observer, Julian Repka, the reason for such cruelty is the complete lack of organized evacuation of the advancing Russian units. One of the Ukrainian servicemen operating near Pokrovsk told journalists, "There is only one direction for them. Either they complete the task or die. If we wound them, they survive only if they can return on their own. Otherwise, they die from blood loss in a few hours or days in some basement." Repka emphasizes that otherwise, such fighters are simply finished off by their own people so as not to leave a burden or prevent him from being captured. The footage shown is not just war crimes, but a graphic illustration of the cruelty and lawlessness that reigns in the Russian troops. The wounded are considered as extra baggage that is disposed of without hesitation. Such an attitude towards their soldiers calls into question not only the moral character of the command, but also the very essence of this war, where human life is worth nothing.
Tens of thousands of people sought refuge as border fighting between Thailand and Cambodia entered its 3rd day Saturday, heightening fears of an extended conflict with the total death toll reaching 32. According to Associated Press, a village in the district of Phanom Dong Rak some 6 miles from the frontier was deserted with its community displaced by the fighting. The UN Security Council held an emergency meeting behind closed doors late Friday in New York, while Malaysia, which chairs the 10-nation regional bloc that includes both countries, called for an end to hostilities and offered to mediate. The council did not issue a statement, but a council diplomat said all 15 members called on the parties to de-escalate, show restraint and resolve the dispute peacefully. The council also urged the regional bloc, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations known as ASEAN, to help resolve the border fighting, the diplomat said, speaking on condition of anonymity because the meeting was private. The Thai Health Ministry on Friday said more than 58,000 have fled from villages to temporary shelters in 4 affected border provinces, while Cambodian authorities said more than 23,000 people have evacuated from areas near the border. The latest flare-up in a long-running border dispute between the 2 countries has killed at least 19 people in Thailand, mostly civilians, while Cambodia said Saturday that 12 more people have killed on its side, bringing its death toll to 13. Thailand's acting Prime Minister, Phumtham Wechayachai, said Friday that Cambodia may be guilty of war crimes due to the deaths of civilians and damage caused to a hospital. He said Thailand had exercised the utmost restraint and patience in the face of provocations and aggression from Cambodia. Tensions over a disputed border area erupted into fighting after a landmine explosion along the border wounded 5 Thai soldiers on Wednesday.
We're about 10 kilometers from the Thai-Cambodia border, near to the site of Da Muang Thom Temple, which is where fighting has been carried out between the 2 sides. Around here, it's really quite empty. The shops are shut, the roads are empty apart from vehicles. Behind me, you can see a school which is totally deserted. Along the road we have seen military vehicles and a lot of stray dogs. In fact, a short distance away there's a temple where monks have remained to look after the stray and semi-stray dogs they couldn't bring with them. They're also there to provide assistance for the villagers who've remained.
Several hundred Cambodians have fled from a village to a remote Buddhist temple as fighting on the border with Thailand continues. According to Associated Press, Thai and Cambodian soldiers have clashed along the border between their countries in a major escalation that left at least 14 people dead, mostly civilians. The two sides fired small arms, artillery and rockets, and Thailand also launched airstrikes. At the temple in Cambodia's Otter Meanchey province, makeshift tents were being set up under the trees for those who had left their homes. One evacuee, Veng Chin, 74, pleaded with both the Thai and Cambodian governments to negotiate a settlement to end the conflict. "I was so scared, shaking so much. I didn't bring anything with me," she said. "May I ask Thailand and Cambodia to negotiate a settlement as soon as possible so that I can return to my home and work on the farm?" Fighting took place in at least 6 areas on Thursday, according to Thai Defense Ministry spokesperson Surasant Kongsiri, a day after a landmine explosion along the border wounded 5 Thai soldiers and led Bangkok to withdraw its ambassador from Cambodia and expel Cambodia's envoy to Thailand. On Friday, Cambodia's chief official in Otter Meanchey province, General Kav Lai, said clashes resumed early in the morning near the ancient Tom Yun Tom temple. Associated Press reporters near the border could hear sounds of artillery from early morning hours. The escalation represents a rare instance of military conflict between member countries of the Association of Southeast Asian Nation, though Thailand has tangled with Cambodia before over the border and has had sporadic skirmishes with western neighbor Myanmar. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres urged both sides to exercise maximum restraint and address any issues through dialogue, according to UN Deputy Spokesman Farhan Haq.